The United States has struck Iran again. Now, Washington says very clearly these were self-defense strikes. And on the other hand, Tehran says this is a clear violation of the ceasefire totally. And now the entire region is only asking one question. Is this war about to explode in a bigger way or not? But here's the part many Western headlines will never ever say you clearly. Iran is still standing strong. Iran has not surrendered. Iran has not folded. And despite the months of pressure, sanctions, strikes, threats, and negotiations, Tehran is still showing the same message again and again. Iran will not give up. That's what they just keep on telling on the world stage. Now, according to the multiple reports, United States forces carried out strikes on southern Iran near the strategic Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. says it targeted the Iranian missile site and boats allegedly involved in mine-laying activity. Now, Iran's foreign minister also condemns the attack and said the U.S. has broken the ceasefire totally. So this is not just another military incident. This is all about the power, oil, shipping, diplomacy, and who controls the pressure in Gulf region. This is all about that. Now, what really happened behind this escalation? The U.S. version is simple. American officials says their forces acted very defensively against the threats to ships and the aircraft near the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Iran's version is different, is completely different. Tehran says Washington violated a fragile ceasefire while talks were still ongoing. Now, that matters because a ceasefire is supposed to reduce the tension. But if one side keeps striking and then calls it as a defensive, the other side will see this as a bad faith. Iran is now using the moment to argue that America cannot be trusted in negotiations totally. Now, why the Strait of Hormuz matters a lot in this war. The Strait of Hormuz, as you know, is one of the most important waterways on the entire planet, like oil, gas, shipping, and the global trade passes through this narrow corridor. So when Strait of Hormuz becomes unstable, the whole world feels the energy prices, supply chain, food costs, inflation, and every single thing what we are living. So this is why Iran's position is very powerful. Iran does not need an invade to another continent. Iran does not need another aircraft carrier across the world, or probably geography itself gives Iran the biggest leverage, and that is one of the biggest reasons Iran believes it can survive the pressure from the much larger military powers like America. Now, how Iran frames this as strength in itself. Iran's message is not just about military, it's very psychological. Iran is saying, you attacked us and you sanctioned us, you isolated us, you threatened us, and still we are standing strong here. That is the core of the Iran is winning the argument on this war. Now, not winning because there's no damage, not winning because the war is so easy. War is never easy for anyone. But winning is in the sense of the main goal, Iran's enemies has not been achieved. Now, Iran's government has not collapsed. So its military structure still functions. Its regional influence still matters a lot. Its position in Strait of Hormuz still gives a biggest leverage. And even after the strikes, the US and its allies still talking about the negotiations. So that means Iran remains a central player, not a defeated one. Now, there's a big problem, the US problem. The US has overwhelmingly military power, as everyone knows. Nobody seriously denies in this. Now, but the military power does not automatically produce a political victory. As we all know, in this 2026, America can strike targets, it can destroy boats, it can hit missile strikes, but can also force Iran to surrender. Can it force Iran to abandon its position? Can it control every response across the Gulf, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and the wider region? Is it really possible? That is where the picture becomes super complicated. Iran's strategy has always been endurance, absorb pressure, respond selectively, and keep leverage, make the cost of escalation too high for the opposition. Now, right now, that strategy is still alive. Why Iran will not give up in this war? So Iran is not going to give up because this is not just about one strike. For Iran, this is all about the sovereignty. It's all about the survival. It's all about refusing to let go of the foreign powers dictate the future of their own country. Now, whether the people agree with Iran or not, one thing is very clear. Iran's political and military identity is built around the resistance to outside pressure. That is why every strike becomes a part of a larger story inside Iran. They attack us because we refuse to submit, right? And that message is very, very powerful. It can turn military pressure into the political fuel. Now, the dangerous part in this war is something extremely so different that we cannot even think. If the US keeps striking and Iran responds, the ceasefire could collapse completely instantly. And if Strait of Hormuz becomes more unstable, the economic consequences could be global. And if the diplomacy fails, the next round may be much larger than this one. So the real question is not only who fired first, the real question is who benefits from keeping this war alive. So what I think, according to all the reports, the latest US strikes have not ended Iran's position. They have not broken Iran's will. They have not removed the Iran from the table. Instead, they have strengthened Iran's arguments that America talks peace while using their force. Iran is still standing. Iran is still negotiating from a position of a largest leverage. And Iran is still telling the world one thing is very, very clear. It will not surrender. It will not disappear. Now, it will not give up on this war. What do you think it will happen in the next diplomacy, retaliation, or the bigger war? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more and more clear and clean insight. Thank you. See you in the next video with the fresh updates.